Hey YouTube, it's Jennifer. I wanted to do a collective reading for the next 2 weeks. This is, the last days of March going into the first week of April. So just want to look into the energies. A lot has changed since I did my last video and see kind of what to expect or what the higher message is for the next couple of weeks. So the first card, we used the Colette Baron Read Good Tarot to pull the overall energy. The first card out is Messenger of Air. Messenger of Air speaks to a need to broaden your perspective. Okay, this is all about adapting to a new way of thinking, adapting to a new way of behaving. We're all doing that right now. We're kind of forced to, but it's, I believe, for a higher reason. Okay, anytime that God intervenes in this way, the good will come out of it. And I understand a lot of sadness and sickness and loss may come out of it, but there's also good that can come out of this. Okay, so that's why we're looking into the energies, just to see as a collective, kind of get some more understanding. So this first card out says that we need to adapt to a new way of thinking. We need to adapt to a new way of behaving. Obviously we do, because we are destroying the earth with pollution and deforestation and so many different things. I also feel like, it's good for us to reconnect with our spiritual path and kind of, take a break from the hustle and bustle, connect with our families, our children, our parents, and so forth, our spouses. And all of that is kind of what I'm getting from that card. Then we have the Page of Air. The Page of Air is all about a new focus, okay? It's a new focus, and it's also greater investigation into a new way of thinking. So this is the card that says, what can I learn from this new way? What can this teach me? What is the lesson behind what's going on at this time? And then gaining a new focus after gaining a new perspective, right? But you're looking into it. You're really pondering it. You're going within. You're speaking to spirit, and you're really trying to find out what it is that you need to learn from everything that's going on in your life or in our lives as a collective at this time. Take it as it resonates for you. It could be even more personal than this general broad collective message. And I'll try my best to channel what's coming through and communicate that clearly to you. Then we have the Six of Water. The Six of Water, as you can see, she is reflecting. There's a reflection of her back in the water there. But this card is about reflecting. It's about yearning for the security of the good old days. It's nostalgia. It's sweet memories. It can even pertain to old flames. And it is also known as a soulmate returning card, which can speak to a reunion of souls. So however that resonates for you, as a collective general message, I'm taking this as yearning for times of past, nostalgia, thinking back on sweet memories. There's a lot of people that we are isolated from at this time. There may be a soulmate that you can't connect with the way that you were able to before. I know I can't go see my dad because he has a lot of things that make him a risk factor. And he posted today something that really almost made me cry. It was like, even though I can't see the people I love, I want you to know that I love you. And I thought that was very sweet. But, I have friends that can't see their grandchildren because she's a nurse and she doesn't want to expose her parents or her grandchildren. So this is really probably missing someone or missing the way things were before. So quickly things shifted for us, okay? So that's normal. That's human nature, okay, to miss the way things were or miss someone that is a soul-connected person to you. So take that as that resonates for you right now. It's going to be different for everybody, but this is a collective message. This is just looking into the energy of what's going on at this time. So now I'm going to pull from the Colette Baron Read, the Spirit Animal deck, and see what kind of insight we can get for the collective at this time. And a lot of us, we have, sometimes we think because we've already awakened that we're not the same as others. We just look at the collective as the spiritual awakened collective. And myself, I've even looked at it that way in the past. But, this is a huge awakening of souls that were not previously awakened, because people are going to really hear the call on their life now, I feel, and pay more attention to it, and kind of step out of that busy day-to-day hustle bustle schedule. No time to talk to loved ones, no time to really spend time with their children. Now families are kind of reuniting in a way, and a lot of people are getting back to prayer and meditation and connecting with God and their higher self, and really thinking, there may be more to life than what I've been focused on. And that page of air card, you can see that her hands are definitely lifted up to heaven. She's seeking God's guidance. And there's a feather. I don't know if you can see it because it's kind of dark here. There's a feather dropping down. And for those of us who are spiritual counselors, we know or look into spiritual meanings of signs and synchronicities. We know that feathers falling from heaven, this one is white, is usually a message from our angels or a message from above, of something that we are just not getting. We're not seeing something that we have been ignoring or too busy to see. Well, now we have time to really look into what our spiritual path is, or what can we do to reconnect with God, and to actually, learn whatever lesson there is to learn from this, so that we don't continue to have the issues that we have now. Okay, so the first card out is the Giraffe Spirit, and it says, see the big picture. And we're going to see what else we got. So, Spirit, what other messages do we have at this time? What else do you have for us? Spirit, angels, archangels of light, spirit guides and ancestors. Show me clearly the card. What's the message this time? Okay, we have Well Spirit. It says, trust the great mystery. So we have Giraffe Spirit, which is asking us to see the big picture, and that's number 29, which would be 11. Okay, and those of you who resonate with the number 11, that's a very spiritual number for those called for particular missions with God, okay? And then we have Well Spirit, trust the great mystery, which is number 65. That would break down to 11 as well. Wow. So 1111. Oh, you can't make this up. 1111, y'all. So let's look in the book and see what we have for these two cards. Okay. Giraffe Spirit says, giraffes stretch upward to reach the treetops to look down from a high vantage point. When Giraffe Spirit appears, it is a sign to observe from a higher view. Okay, there again, in the overall energy was all about finding a higher perspective. Okay, gaining a new perspective for the highest good for the collective, for all of us. Okay, so that we can have a better life, so that the earth isn't so polluted, so that these viruses don't come from, deforestation and animals being, extinct and tortured and such. So this says, when Giraffe Spirit appears, it is a sign to observe from a higher view in all aspects of your life. It's time to stretch your neck out and broaden your view. Open your eyes to what others need or are experiencing, and see the big picture you fit into. No matter how great your wisdom, knowledge, or experience, You don't want to overlook details and connections that will help you better understand yourself and your current circumstances. So stretch yourself. Look beyond what catches your attention at eye level, and know that not everything is as obvious as you might like it to be. Spirit will bestow upon you a new perspective that might make all the difference. Now, the protection message, it says, are you sticking your neck out too far, reaching too high instead of looking around you to see conditions on the ground? Some of you may be doing that. But I really feel that this is speaking to us seeing the big picture like is written on this card. Getting that new perspective is what's going to make all the difference, okay? We have to get the message that Spirit is trying to send to us with everything that's going on right now. Because if we don't change it, then we can't make it better and move on and get on our correct path again, okay? So then we have 65, which is Well Spirit. Well Spirit says, trust the great mystery. And now is the time that you have to use your faith. You have to really seek direction from Spirit. Okay, so Well Spirit says, Well Spirit is an ancient creature who was here at the beginning of time and who has seen everything, felt everything, and heard everything that has ever transpired on this planet. In the hidden realms where all things must gather first before manifesting into form, Well Spirit is the keeper, singing the soul of the whole world from the deepest waters of the coldest seas. When Well Spirit appears, it's a reminder that there is a great mystery that you must accept without intellectually trying to understand it. So this is all about using your faith for your eyes, okay? You have to see with your faith, with your intuition, okay? Some things cannot be known by the mind, only experienced through the heart, through intuition, and through the peripheral senses that part the invisible veil separating the visible world from the great consciousness in the hidden realms. Now is the time for you to immerse yourself in the great mystery of Spirit and to trust that within the invisible, what you can't see now, are the seeds of your intentions being tended to by angels. Okay? So the protection message says, certainty is not offered to you right now. You're being asked to trust the process of co-creation. So this is a time for us to all pray, to hold our highest intention for the world, for our earth, for our planet, for our children, for our future, okay? We're going to hold that highest intention. We're going to remain positive, and we're going to use our faith to manifest the best outcome, right? Well, Spirit reminds you that your primary reality is not that of the material world, but that of the realm of spirit, from which the essence of your dreams and desires take shape before arriving as a specific form. So this is a time for us to reconnect with our spiritual path, our spiritual journey, okay? We have to step out of the material, which I believe is why a lot of people are having to, leave their jobs. There's a higher message than just the virus is what I'm getting and what I've been feeling all along, and I'm sure most of you have too. But this says you must trust absolutely that what will come will be for the highest good of all. Stay in your present moment awareness and allow the hidden realms to hold your intentions safely until it is time for them to manifest in the realm of form. Let go, for you will not be left behind. Some things take longer than others to arrive. So this is all about seeking Spirit and manifesting and holding that highest intention. Trust the great mystery. Even when you don't understand everything fully, know that God will reveal it to you as you are able to receive it, understand it, and act on it correctly, okay? Everything's in divine timing and divine order, but I think we all know that, even just the numbers on these cards adding up to 1111 is a special message for those who God has called at this time. We have incarnated into this time for a reason. These are very, very major times, and we all need to be mindful and stay connected with God in order to know what our particular role, what our particular mission is here. So that's asking us all to remain positive, to stay in our faith, and kind of manifest a positive outcome for the whole collective, okay? Raising the vibration of the planet. I know you all know what that means, right? So it is time for that. Leaving old ways of doing things that are not working, that are not serving the highest good at this time. That's very important. All right, so let's get into the cards here and let's just see what we have. I don't know what deck I want to use. We'll use John Hall. I tell you what, we're going to use the Spirit Song Tarot. It's very spring looking, and no matter what's going on in the world, it is still springtime. And where I live, it is beautiful. This weekend has been very beautiful. Spring is all around. Holy Spirit, Holy Angels, show me clearly what messages. Clearly allow me to channel the messages to the collective at this time. Okay, so the first card out is the Four of Water. It's all about soul searching, okay, reevaluation. That seems to be the theme. In order for us to know while this is happening, in order for us to know what's expected of us or what we need to gain a new perspective on, how do we need to adapt to a new way of behaving, we have to go within first, okay? We have to go within, and that's what we've all done. We've all gone home, okay? We're going within. Well, we should be anyway. Soul searching and reevaluating things, okay? Really going deep. Connecting with God, connecting with our higher selves, and trying to, see what do we need to do now. Okay, then we have Seven of Feathers. This is about preparation and resourcefulness. A lot of us, including myself, are having to be resourceful. We can't make money the way we were making money before. We still have to make it, okay? God is going to provide. I have no doubt. He has been providing for me for my entire life, but especially in the last 6 months. And he's proven that to me. And what he'll do for me, he'll do for you. You just have to exercise your faith, and you have to believe that he's going to get us through this time, okay? But this card is telling us that we need to prepare and be resourceful, okay? It's all about preparation and resourcefulness. After this is over and we all go back into our lives, some of us are not going back to the same life we had before. Some of us may completely change careers, may completely change relationships, may completely choose ourselves over, whatever we were choosing before. Here we have Insight and Focus, okay? That card, Page of Arrows, was about gaining a new focus, okay? Where are we going to focus our highest intention, okay? How are we going to manifest? How are we going to create a new earth? How are we going to be more mindful of how we live in our day-to-day that's going to be better for the planet and for our children, right? For the future. So that's all good messages. I'm trying to get a better understanding here. And it's, like I said, it's going to be different for everybody. You absolutely have to go within. That's what this is saying. You have to go within. You have to let go of some of these past ways of being and thinking, even if they meant something to you. It is still, obviously, there are things that are going to have to change, okay? There are things that we're going to have to sacrifice, and we're going to have to do better and be better stewards of the planet that God has given us. We have to take better care of ourselves. We have to spend more time with our families. We're not going to just go back and do things all over again, acting out of greed, acting out of, running on stress and coffee. We have to nurture ourselves, nurture our souls. We have to. But we can't keep going the way we were going. It's just not working. Okay, and this is Five of Feathers. It's all about strategy and resilience, okay? This little anteater is very resilient, and we are too. As a collective, Spirit, God, He that made us to be resilient, made us to be adaptable. People have forgotten how to do that. People have gotten stuck in their subconscious programming. They have gotten stuck in old ways of doing things that are just not serving us now, okay? It is a new day. We have to change the way we're doing things. But this is all about getting a strategy, being resilient, and getting a new strategy of how we're going to go forward. The next card is the Ten of Crystals. It's all about stability and attainment. This to me is saying that you will have your needs provided for. A lot of people are so in their anxiety and panic that they really can't even stop to meditate. They can't stop to even pray or calm themselves. And that's not good, okay? You have to use your faith at this time. You have to know that God has you. You have to know that, okay, I just lost my job or laid off from my job. But God's going to provide, because this is happening for a higher reason. This is happening for a spiritual reason, okay? It's not about materialism at this time. Although we do need money, we do need things to get us through. God knows that. He's not going to leave us completely without. He's just not. Okay, so here we have love. This is the twin. This is a card of Gemini, and it's all about trust. Okay, it says on the card literally. It is about a choice. Some of you may have a choice to make in love now or when all of this is over. But it may be a choice of, do I want to go back to that career that was unfulfilling? God, if you go within, He's going to show you what is the call on your life. Are you on the right path? If you're working a job that you hate, that's probably not what you're supposed to be doing. It's time to choose. Okay, choose what makes you happy. Choose what you love. Choose who you love, and go there. Okay. I know some of you can't go there now, but that's what we're doing. We're gaining a new strategy of how we want to live. Once all of this is over, we're not going to go back to the way it was before. Okay, we're going to choose what makes us happy. We're going to choose where we're passionate, because if God puts a desire in your heart and you're passionate about something, it's probably linked to, in some way, your spiritual calling on your life. So this card also says choice, it says love, and it says choice, and it says trust. And that's what we're called to do in the next 2 weeks, is trust, go within, reconnect with God, find out, pay attention to signs and synchronicities, conversations that are had around you, okay? He's going to send you the message individually. It's going to be different for everyone. He's going to want that personal conversation with you so that He can get the message across to you personally, what that might be. And we're going to look deeper. I have other oracle cards for those of you that are watching. We're going to look deeper and get more messages for you from Spirit. So let's clarify. What is it that we're supposed to gain? Insight. Okay, so I understand soul searching, reevaluation, resourcefulness. What's the insight or new focus? Okay, and we have the same card, clarifying. It's also the Two of Fire, and it's saying that, well, that was the Two of Earth, okay, insight and focus. But this is saying, this is all about strategizing and planning for the future. You do have to go within first, okay, and you do have to trust that God is for us, that Spirit has not left us, that He had a plan all along. That's going to give you the stability of mind to be able to really go within and soul search and see what this is all about for you. What do I need to change about my life? I don't want to go back to being miserable. I don't want to go back. I've had time with my family. I've had time, with God now. I don't want to go back to being too busy to speak to my Creator, too busy to, really listen to my kids and what they think about things, right? What they think about life. All right, so let's get more information on strategy. Where should this strategy, what can you tell me about the Five of Feathers? Okay, so for clarifiers, we have the High Priestess. She sits between both worlds. She has a deep, direct connection with God. This is you going within. This is you intuitively receiving the messages. You may see things, numbers, signs, synchronicities, animals in nature. May overhear conversations, but the message is going to come to you. All you need to do is slow down and go within and connect with Spirit. You can do that through prayer, meditation. Just really, open your windows, listen to the birds sing, sit on your floor and meditate for a little while and see. You will be so surprised once you clear your mind and you clear yourself of all of that anxiety and you open up and you trust and you use your faith, what's going to come to you when that happens. Okay, this is a gift. This time is a gift from God. That's the hand of God coming out of that cloud, giving you a new stability. Okay, a new stable beginning. And I see this as almost like going through a portal to the new earth, right? Going through here and things never being the way they were before, but that's good because the Ace of Pentacles is something you can count on. It is abundance, it's stability, it is long-term success, long-term commitment, okay? We have the Knight of Cups here. So this could be about a relationship with a water sign. Maybe this person has not been committal, maybe they have feared commitment. Maybe they have been in and out of your life. And maybe this person now, after this, is ready to offer, the beginnings of something that leads to a long-term commitment. This could also be a water sign. This would be Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces, Sun, Moon, Rising, or Venus. But it could be someone, if it's not one of those signs, it could be the energy that they're taking on. This person wants to help. They're full of love and emotion. They have compassion and empathy. And, they're very sentimental. They're very caring and nurturing. But this cup that he's bringing could be a new job, okay? It could be a new relationship. It could be, but basically there's a new beginning coming here, okay? A new beginning for those of you who go within and speak to God and use your intuition and hear what it is that he's trying to give you. He's trying to give you this gift of long-term stability, possibly with a relationship, possibly with a new career, but it's a new way of living that's better, right? Something you can count on. All right, so let's move on. Let's pull some more cards. Let's jump over to Colette Baron Reed's Wisdom of the Hidden Realms Oracle cards and see what kind of insight we can gain through these cards. So, Holy Spirit, Holy Angels, what message do you have for the collective at this time? What's the most important message to get through to those that are watching at this time? Okay, and we have the Wise Woman of Wonderland, Integrity and Compromise, number 21. That breaks down to angel number 3, which is all about mastery in the spiritual realm, to master a soul lesson possibly. But I want to read from the book, so let's see what it says. Hopefully something here will resonate with you in your situation. So the Wise Woman of Wonderland brings integrity to thought, word, and deed. She lets you know that as long as you're in the flow of honesty and being true to your word, she keeps you under her protection and care. When she appears as your ally, she signals a time when honesty pays off, yielding greater dividends than you ever expected. You'll be thankful that you remained faithful and loyal to your path. She reminds you that compromise isn't always an option. Stay true to yourself first and foremost, although it may appear that you could lose something. As a result, you can never lose what is truly yours. So you're going to go within and you're going to speak to God, but you have to maintain your integrity, okay? You do love yourself first because that's the way to go, but you also show compassion and you help others where you can, okay? It's not all about out for self. It's about filling your cup up so that you can therefore go and fill up other people's cup, right? All right. Now, the challenger, just in case some of you need this message, the challenge to this card says, when the Wise Woman of Wonderland appears as a challenger, this is a sign that you may have compromised yourself out of fear. Have you been in denial about the truth of your situation? Have you sold yourself short rather than ask for what you really need? Have you given up your dream for another because you fear abandonment? The Wise Woman of Wonderland is gently reminding you that you count. Claim you're good and never settle for less. Be fearless and make it so. Why hang around for more disappointment when wonderful adventures and opportunities are waiting to unfold for you? And this reminds me of what I was channeling earlier with, you may not want to go back to that job, that employer that did not care about you and your family at this time. I know I just got off this phone with my son, and his employer is doing everything they can to get around, the promises of, protecting us, cutting hours, and the conditions are not as great, hoping that people, just won't come back. But, not everyone is like that, but you definitely don't be like that. We're not going to get anywhere with that kind of greed mindset. That's what got us into the shape in the in the first place, okay? So we need to, yes, love ourselves first. Don't let anyone run over you at this time. But at the same time, show compassion and integrity in everything that you do, okay? Because Spirit is watching. God is watching. He's really paying attention to how we react in this time. You know, life is a test after all. So what else do you have for us, Spirit, Holy Spirit, angels, archangels of light? What other messages do you have for the collective? Those coming across this video at this time. Show them clearly. Well, we have Dream Walker, okay? It says dreams, the collective good, and illusions. I know there are a lot of people that are going to come out of illusions after this is over, you know. We just came out of Pisces season. We're in Aries season. Pisces is all about illusions and confusions, but Pisces is the dreamer, okay? A lot of people are still having prophetic dreams, very vivid, lucid dreams at this time. A lot of my clients and a lot of my family and friends have been telling me about the crazy dreams that they're having. There are messages there. Put a pen and paper by your bed. I say this all the time. And write down as much detail as you can when you first wake up so you don't lose it, okay? And there's different ways to lucid dream. Be careful with that. You know, make sure you know what you're doing. But it's always good to remember those dreams. But you see this woman, and she's playing a flute. It's kind of like her sacrifice, right? She's playing beautiful music, calming the collective. This is all about dreams and the collective good. It's a number 8. Number 8 to me is always manifestations coming into the 3D material world, but it's also the symbol of the infinity symbol, okay? So what's meant for you is not going to pass you by. This is just a rite of passage. This is just to transform us at this time. It's not trying to completely destroy us. It's to make us stronger, to give us the right perspective going forward. Okay, so it says when the dream walker is your ally, dreams really can and do come true. Still, there are 2 kinds, those of small self and those of the divine. Spirit has a dream for you that is yours alone. And all you need to do is ask and it will unfold like magic. And I've been saying that through this whole reading. It's going to be different for each of you, okay? You each have a dream. You each have a place in God's divine plan, right? But you have to do your part, and you have to go and ask him, what is it that I need to learn from this time? What is it I need to do differently? You know, how do I need to make changes so that life is better for not only me and my family, but the entire collective? Because what we do does affect everyone else around us, okay? The collective is all of us on this planet. So it says you also play an important and unique part in the divine dreaming of the world. When you ask, is this the dream for me that serves the greater dream, the most beautiful vision for your life, serves the highest good for others too? I just said that. Okay, so, you know, I've never drawn this card before, but I'm really feeling this card. I feel like this is an important message, so I'm going to read that part again. All right, so the most beautiful vision for your life serves the highest good for others too. Just the act of asking will immediately provide the answer. The dream walker is beside you to help you move effortlessly through the illusions of the past, observing the truth and celebrating the waking dream of your life that results from this, okay? Now, I'm going to go ahead and read the challenger. It may not be for all of you, but the message says, the dream walker challenges you to wake up from your restless sleep in which you are not dreaming at all. This is the same time to remind yourself of your passions and the aspirations you may have left behind. Perhaps you should reconsider and allow yourself your precious dreams again. Don't give them up. There's always a way that they can return to you as long as you don't try to dictate the forms they take. Another way the dream walker challenges you is when you're in the middle of a nightmare brought on by you or by others. Wake up and don't struggle, for she reminds you that the divine will lead you out of the bad dream and into a much better one. This too shall pass. Be mindful that you have a unique and special purpose. You're always actively influencing your reality through your thoughts and reactions to life's challenges. So again, it's telling you to ask, don't give up on your dreams. Maybe you were a painter, maybe you write music, or maybe you're writing a book and you just put it down. I don't know, but you need to tap into whatever it is that you're passionate about, because God's ready to make your dreams come true, okay? It's not about walking through the world just hating life, being hateful, hating your job, dreading the next day, just paying bills and just surviving. It's time to stop and get back to what makes you happy. What are you passionate about? Because that, returning to that, God's going to bless it, and it is going to help all of us, the entire collective. It's going to raise the vibration of the planet. Okay, raise the vibration of love. Practice unconditional love at this time. There's a lot of people that you could help. There's a lot of things to be learned during this time. I feel that very strongly before this reading, but especially after this reading. Okay, so we're going to end with postcards from Spirit. Let's just see what Spirit has to say to us directly. So, Holy Spirit of God, please tell me, show me clearly what is the most important message at this time that you have to say. Well, here we go. There's one. I feel like there's another one though. If it flies out the next few shuffles, we'll take it. If not, we'll stick with this. Oh, yep, there it went. I flipped it. Okay, there's several here. I don't even know which ones to take. There's so many. Oh my gosh, I've never had this many postcards from Spirit. So we'll start with this. Uncertainty is the new normal for the whole world. Things are changing at rapid pace, and the old ways we once trusted are no longer reliable. But leaving the familiar behind can be a good thing. When you're pushed to step into the unknown, you are pulled forward into discovering new possibilities that have been hidden in plain sight. Check in with your higher power. Your soul knows better than your small self. Have faith in the support of God and the infinite potential for your life. Right now, the advice we have for you is this: try something new, do something different. You won't know how it feels, what it looks like, or what the outcome will be if you do not take that first step into the unknown and experience the unfamiliarity. You'll be so glad you did, because the treasure will appear. We're so proud for you for being brave. So this is to those of you who need to try to experience something new. Maybe it's something you haven't done in the past, because I had just said if you were painting and you put it down, or you were writing a book and you put it down, or poetry or whatever, to get back to that, writing music, playing music, whatever. But this message is coming through clearly from God, saying that there are some of you watching this that come across this video who need to experience something new, okay? Something that you're meant to do in this life, something that you're going to be really good at, and it's for you. And you have an interest in it. If you don't have an interest in it, you will have the desire to do it soon, okay? So that's for some of you. All right. Now, this one says, there is a balance between activity and rest, ebb and flow. You can't have one without the other. If you're faced with an obstacle right now, the best course is surrender and non-resistance. Soon enough, you'll see how easy it is to flow around it. Now is one of those times when you must trust the river of your life, go with the flow, and in no time you'll reach what you have your heart and hopes set on. Just remember, Spirit will keep your head above water and will direct the currents when it's time for the greater effort. When it's time for a greater effort, you'll know exactly when you'll need to work those manifesting muscles. It can be challenging to master the flow of cycles of your life, but as you develop your skills, affluence will be yours. Enjoy the flow and trust those currents, for we're right there with you with our little umbrella drink, smiling at your success. So this is for those of you who are a little out of practice. Maybe you were really good at playing music, but you haven't done it in a while. Well, now is the time to get back to it, to practice it so you master it, so that you're ready when we open back up and we are ready to step out into a whole new world, right? And that song has been coming up a lot, A Whole New World. Okay. And I think this is probably for those of you who are already awakened. It says, we are gathering our magic together to help you celebrate your new beginning. You're stepping into a new version of your life, getting to tell a new story as you create it. Doesn't it feel like spring when the urge to expand wells up inside you from a primal place? The form of what you're growing has yet to take shape, and it's exciting to experience this new and fresh beginning. It's normal to feel both push and push back when entering any new kind of relationship. It's okay to admit you don't really know what to expect. What you can know is it's time to dive in and allow the new version of life to take shape through you on behalf of your partner in life, which is spirit. You have made it to a new level of awakening and contributing, and we're so excited to see where this will take you next. So, whatever spiritual path you've already been following since your awakening, it could be twin flame path, it could be the path of healing, past life regression. It's time to step out in faith because you've learned what you need to learn, and you're about to step out and answer the call on your life. And I hope that this helps you all. Love and light. Namaste.